There's nothing I love more than enemies to lovers, and this book seems to be speaking my language. The rivals, the enemies to lovers, and then the fake dating? Yeah, let's just say there was a scene with a candy cane. It doesn't take itself seriously. It knows what it wants. It knows that it is like a Hallmark movie as a book. Just ridiculousness in a Christmas setting. I honestly have really high expectations. I don't know why, but I have like super high expectations for this book. I think not only do I just absolutely love the cover, but I just love the concept of it. It really does sound like something straight out of a Hallmark movie, where the main characters, we have our female protagonist, Taylor, and then we have the male protagonist, Cole. And so Taylor ends up like moving in with her aunt, her sick aunt, to like take care of her. And so she enters this like Christmas house decorating contest, I think is what it's gonna be, on behalf of her aunt. And the neighbor is like the neighborhood grump, like the neighborhood Grinch. And because he's the Grinch, obviously he's like super against Christmas, which again, I love the nod right here to the Grinch. That's really funny. And so I don't know what happens, why he decides to enter this contest, but then I know that they're supposed to be like fake dating and like to win the contest, and that just sounds like so much fun. Not only do you get enemies to lovers, you also get fake dating, which are my two favorite tropes of all time. So yeah, I'm really excited. I'm honestly not even the biggest Christmas fan. Like I don't really care about Christmas, to be honest, but this book just sounds so much fun. So I am hoping to have laugh out loud moments, swoon moments, and just like a really good time. So without further ado, let's read How My Neighbor Stole Christmas by Meghan Quinn. I'm a little bit more than 100 pages into How My Neighbor Stole Christmas, and here are my thoughts so far. This is a hilarious book. It's exactly what I wanted. It made me laugh out loud already. It's made me just like cringe at times, and it's just magical in its own way. Like it's just so goofy and silly, and it gives me that nice warm and fuzzy feeling that I get watching those really cheesy Netflix movies. And in all honesty, I was actually a little bit concerned because I'm like, this is a pretty thick book for like just like a Christmas book, because usually they're like a lot shorter than that. And I was like, what could make this book so long? And I think it's because of all the competitions, but like it doesn't feel like a very long book. Like pick this up and I have not been able to put it down. I really like it. It's just so much fun. And what's fun is that they're doing like all these different Christmas competitions. So I thought that it was just like decorating your house contest, but no, it's way more. So basically in this town of Kringle, they really love Christmas. They celebrate Christmas all year round, but especially during Christmas time, they have like the ultimate challenge, the ultimate like Christmas challenge, and people from the town participate to become like the #1 Christmas person, is like the simplest way to put it. And so our main character, she and her sister are spending time in this town that they used to visit all the time, but they haven't been there for a long time, but they're there because their great aunt had fallen and broke her hip, and so she needs people to take care of her. So her older sister is a nurse, so she's kind of like taking care of the aunt and cleaning the crevices, as they keep saying, and it gets me every time. Yeah, so that's what she's doing. And then the other sister, our main character, her name is Storee. I thought it was Taylor, but no, their last name is Taylor. So her name is actually Storee. And so she's neighbors with Cole, and she and Cole used to be like, kind of like acquaintancey, maybe friends when they were a lot younger, but then she left and his parents passed away, and it's like a whole thing. And so he doesn't like her because the last conversation they had is where she basically said she hates this town, and he loves the town because the town basically like rallied together and took care of him when his parents passed away. So he does not like her, and she doesn't know, because she doesn't even know why he doesn't like her, because she doesn't even remember that thing happening. But anyways, going back to the aunt. the aunt wants to win this competition, and she won second place, but she's never been first. And she's like, I'm not waiting like another year, like I'm gonna win now, but she can't participate. So she has Storee participate and represent her on her behalf. And so Storee has to do all these competitions. And so that ranges from making the perfect eggnog to making the perfect candy canes, decorating your home in like a really great way, recreating like your favorite Christmas scene with recycled materials, etc., etc. So that's what she has to do. So it's way more than just decorating her house. And her neighbor Cole, because of this, like, he doesn't like her. He doesn't think that she deserves to be the number one Christmas person because she told him that she hated the town all those years ago. And so he actually enters the competition with his best friend and like adopted brother, because like that's like the family that kind of adopted him when his parents passed away. And so they entered together, and this rivalry is just like da 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 da, like big enemies, big enemies. I love it. It's so fun. And this is a book that does not take itself seriously. So it's absolutely ridiculous, the things that are happening in this book, but it's just so well done, and I just can't stop reading it. It's a really fun time. It's a good laugh. Don't expect like a serious book. Expect just ridiculousness in a Christmas setting with some really, really good tension. So I'm really excited to see where this book is going to go. So I'm going to continue to read How My Neighbor Stole Christmas, and I'll update you around the halfway mark. So I will see you then.
All the way home I'll be warm. The fire is slowly dying, and my dear, we're still goodbying. But as long as you love me so, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. Oh, the weather outside is frightful, but the fire is so delightful. And since we've no place to go, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow.
So I'm now definitely more than halfway through How My Neighbor Stole Christmas, and look, it's snowing outside. It's the perfect vibe for this. The rivals, the enemies to lovers, and then the fake dating. I am having such a fun time with this book. It does not feel like a long book, even though it is. How many pages am I? 377 pages in this book, and I'm loving every second of it. I'm laughing out loud. I'm giggling. I'm kicking my feet. Like, this is a book that knows exactly what it wants to be. It's utterly ridiculous. It's magically Christmassy, and it doesn't take itself seriously. It knows what it wants. It knows that it is like a Hallmark movie as a book, and it references that in a very clever way. And usually I absolutely hate when more modern day things are referenced, but in this case it's okay because like Christmas music and Christmas songs and stuff are always going to be relevant, and they put their own like ridiculous spin on it, and it's just such a good time. And the spice, yeah, let's just say there was a scene with a candy cane, and obviously don't try this at home because you can probably get an infection if you do what these characters do in this book with that candy cane. But yeah, this is not just like tame spice. This is like kinky spice. And I love it. 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 I'm having such a good time. This book is exactly what I wanted. It's such a good brain cleanser book, and it's like Christmassy and fun, and just, it's a good time. So I'm going to continue to read How My Neighbor Stole Christmas, and I will update you when I finish this book. So I will see you then with my final thoughts. So I finished How My Neighbor Stole Christmas, and okay, This book, I would never say that it's like actually a good book, but it's good, if that makes sense. It's the same kind of fun like vibes that you get when you go and you watch like a Hallmark movie or those like Netflix movies, and you're just looking for something funny and entertaining and kind of warm and fuzzy and just like fun. And that's what this book was, and that was what I wanted it to be, and that's what it was. So I'm just like, ugh, this was such a good time for me. Following around Cole and Storee was just like, it was just so funny because like you see the different perspectives of the characters, you get to learn about the characters a little bit more, how they see each other, how they interact, and how they even view the whole town. And then just, I felt like the town was really well done. Like it felt like a real place, a real, really bizarre kind of place though, that just really loves Christmas. And they do all these Christmas competitions and who will become the #1 like Christmas person of the year kind of thing. And I really love that there was just like that contest and the enemies to lovers, to the fake dating, to just like everything. It was, yeah, I liked it. And the spice was really good. I was really surprised because it's like, you don't really get the spice for a long time. You're getting this nice slow burn and you're loving these characters, you're having wholesome vibes, you get some real good spice, but you also get like just the complexities of being a human and how some people feel during the holiday season when they don't have family left anymore, like all that kind of stuff. So it definitely went a lot deeper than I ever would have expected from a book like this, but I'm really happy about that. So yeah, overall, definitely a really silly, goofy, fun read. If you're looking for something that somehow manages to combine goofy silliness with pretty good interest and spice and likable characters, then I think you would like this. But just, I think the biggest thing is that the book knows that it's silly, and you have to know that this is a silly book when you're going into it. This is not a super serious kind of book. This is just fun. It's just vibes. It's a brain cleanser for the holiday season, and I honestly loved it. So today we are going to be awarding How My Neighbor Stole Christmas a total of 4.5 stars. I would have honestly given it more if it did not have that annoying trope that I hate that they did at the end. That one really just felt tacked on. But I hate when stories end like that. It just bugs me. Like, I think it's fine for certain stories, but it always feels like it's like, it kind of goes against the character that we learned. I don't know. But yeah, it was really good. There's so many just like running gags throughout the entire thing, like with the crevices. That got me every single time. Every single time it was brought up, I was like cackling and I'm still thinking about it. It's really funny and really weird and gross and weird, but like entertaining. So the next book that I'm gonna be reading, I think we're all very excited about, is Wind and Truth by Brandon Sanderson. This is book 5 in the Stormlight Archive series. I've been waiting for this book and I'm so excited, but I'm also like really nervous because it's like, what is Sanderson gonna do? Like, am I ready for the emotional damage of what he's going to do? This book is like the final book in the first arc. There are 2 arcs. This is the end of the first book, so the first 5 books, and then there are 5 more books that will come out. It's a series of 10, and the books take like 5 years, so I'm gonna be like 50 by the time the whole series is done. But I don't know if I'm ready for the emotional damage, but I'm so excited for it. I'm so excited for it. So yeah, if you're interested in watching me read Wind and Truth by Brandon Sanderson, I feel like you are, or any other book that happens to be on my never ending TBR. Obviously it is Christmas time, so I'm reading like Christmassy books, but Wind and Truth is a giant book, so it is going to take me a little while to get through that, but then Christmas might be over by then, but we'll see. I'll still read Christmas book. I still have one book that I bought, The Christmas Fix by Lucy Score, that I have not read yet, so I have to read that during this time period as well. So if you're interested in watching me read Christmas books, Brandon Sanderson books, romance, fantasy, romantasy, any of that cool stuff, definitely hit the subscribe button if you haven't already and turn on the bell notification. That way you get notified anytime a new video comes out. If you enjoyed this video, definitely hit the like button and let me know, did you like this book or did you not like this book? I've seen some people, they do not like it at all. It's too goofy for them. Let me know, was it too goofy for you? I'm curious. It was just the right amount of goof for me. So with that, I'll see you in the next video.